Hello, everybody! Anime Reflux!
Hello.
Vampires.
Yay!
Back!
Is it back?
Vampires.
Did you know that which is not pure white
Oh, God.
is red?
That fucking intro. Okay, we're gonna do that intro. I'm going to do a dramatic reenactment of that fucking intro. So,
Sure.
little girl asks, what's... Like, she sees snow and she's like, what's that? That's snow. It's white. And she's like, what's white? And the other person's like, white is the thing that's not red.
Red like blood.
She's like, what's red? Because apparently this girl is colorblind and no one seems to notice. And the other person goes, vampires are dicks. And that's pretty much the intro.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. This anime.
Yep.
By the way, we watched Vampire Night, everybody.
We did, yes.
Just so everyone's aware, this is the kind of anime that one of two anime stereotypes are based. Or
Slicer, you
kinda
got
set to
your radar going off. There's a shrine nearby.
I'm aware. I'm following this fucking Korok in the Lost Woods.
Turn the volume down, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is one of the two stereotypes that anime basically are. All of it, like every bit of it.
And
So-
what stereotype is that?
The whole girly, vapid, romantic thing. There's
that
the
could,
mind.
that could be said for all media, but yes.
There's two major stereotypes of anime that you should be aware of. It's the hot-blooded fighting anime, and then there's this.
Of the
And like I
stereotypes,
said-
yes, that's what exists for the stereotypes. There,
Yeah.
obviously, there's
Like
things
I said-
outside those, but sorry.
Like I said last week, I've seen this before. So thanks, Casey, for making me watch fucking Twilight the anime again. Appreciate that.
Well, you know how rules work. If it wasn't last week, it would have been this week that we would have ruled it. So
No, it wouldn't have been because we had something else. You made us roll again.
yeah,
to get this.
and then we would have had to do it next week instead because we would have rolled it this week.
I don't believe that at all. That's not how random chance works. I blame you for this.
Really?
I am
Should we
net-
blame
I am-
random chance.
I am nettled right now. We wouldn't have had to do a second thing, a random chance word for you. I'm nettled right now. Let's get on with this.
Anyways, Vampire Night. Last forward to the future, where they're at an academy and there's day students and night students.
Well, we missed the bit where a vampire attacks little girl version of the main
you skip
character,
stuff.
and then another vampire shows up and says, "You're a dick," and kills
Pretty
him.
vampire.
Shoves his
Pretty
entire
vampire.
arm into his skull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty vampire that's obviously main love interest. And
And she's in love because her last words for the intro starts are, "You shouldn't lock eyes with a vampire because that's how you become entranced and enslaved."
Boy, you've been in love with this vampire since you're a little girl. How?
That motherfucker was setting that up. Like,
Yeah.
Well-
what's that term? What's that term? Like,
Grooming.
yeah, grooming the shit out of her.
Well, there are circumstances, but we'll get into that. I'm going to spoil the shit out of everything past the anime because I read spoilers for the show. So
Go for it.
Really?
I'll be doing that at the end.
Please don't have to go into it.
So, yeah, he saves her, and wow, pretty eyes. They're red and shit. And then we have the intro, which song was okay. I wish it had a better singer, but the song was okay.
Yeah, if you look, again, with the fucking anime stereotypes, that entire opening is everything that one particular stereotype is.
I will say the opening and especially the closing songs are quite good.
Look
Where's
at all
Iron?
these husbandos for you to pick from. So many.
Well, really,
All of
there's,
them.
there's two in... Anyway,
Yeah.
so we get to present day, and the girl is now a prefect for Cross Academy. Is that what it was?
So yeah,
Yeah.
like
and she's a prefect, and she's like, hey, you need to stay away from the night class. They're about to come out, and you need to not be here because I'm a prefect, and that's the way the school works and such.
And of course, no one wants to listen because everyone she's talking to are girls, and the night class students are all hot dudes, and the girls are all thirsty as F and want the D.
Well, there's a couple of the night class that are not hot dudes.
The ones that came out of that gate, I didn't see any.
There were some
chicks at
girls,
first.
yeah, I saw some.
There's like 1 or 2. But in fairness, there's only like 10 people in the class total, so... So, yeah, we have standard fawning anime girl over idol boys. That's how...
What is literally called, like, idol.
Yeah.
Idol.
And some of them actually get the name wrong and call him Idol by accident. So, funny thing, idol means idol as in an object of worship and not something you're actually attracted to. But that's an aside that we should probably not actually get into because it's really not important to this anime. So they're all fawning over those dudes, and then one of them approaches the prefect and is like, hey, and stuff. She's like, hey, and stuff. Yeah. And this is the dude that saved her life and such. And then other prefect shows up, and he's a dude with very handsome hair who is like, hey, you should back off and stuff because you're a douche because I don't like you. And she's like, no, he's okay, he's cool and stuff.
He's not that big of a... That'd be great for a bridge series.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't a bridge series of this. Let me double check.
Might be. Wouldn't surprise me. And she berates the other prefect for being late as well. That's a thing. Because that's the thing he does. Establishing character moments. I think that's pretty much it for that scene. And then we get a scene of the night class being the night class. Being like, hey, we're vampires and shit.
Yeah, that was cringy scene.
Yeah.
In the dub, it's cringy. Like,
it's not amazing in the actual...
I don't think it matters which version you watch. It's all terrible.
Yeah.
At least this part specifically.
Yeah. So we get that scene, and they're like, "Oh, we're all behaving because I want to say his name was Kaname.
it's Kaname.
Yeah, he says so because he's a pure blood, and everyone's following for now. But eventually, gonna not want to do that." He's like, "Yeah, okay." Then I think we get a scene with the headmaster, who is apparently main girl Yuki's dad or parental figure.
Yeah. She goes into that later.
Yeah. And he's like, we set this whole thing up so that, you know, vampires and humans can get along, and that's what I really want to happen, is for vampires and humans to get along. And dude prefect is like, yeah, like that'll work. And girl prefect is like, no, that'll probably work. And
hold on. I'm sorry to jump in here.
No?
Especially since we're past this point. But the silver-haired dude that you were getting a chub for because he has silver hair.
Yeah.
His name is Zero.
It is.
I know. I know.
So you love Zero.
I don't love Zero. I just think he happens to have really nice hair.
You heard of Zero, dye your hair silver.
I feel like this Zero Kiryu dude is like if me and Casey did the fusion dance and also hated vampires and had no personality.
I mean, do either of you hate vampires?
I mean, in fairness, it's like a self-hatred kind of thing because he totally is a vampire. But
we'll get to that.
In that sense, kind of.
Self-hatred is something we're well acquainted with.
Yeah.
All right then, there you go. Just learn fusion dance. Fucking, let's get Super Kami Dende down here. Let's teach it.
All right. Yeah. So. Yeah, and that meeting, and the headmaster wants the girl to call him daddy. Yeah.
Call me Papa.
Is that what it says in the dog?
John. No.
Oh.
Call him Papa John.
Yeah. And she's like, no, or something, and she breaks the desk in half. Well, he does, I forget. The desk
zero.
breaks in half. Yeah. And eventually she gets really passionate and is like, hey, yeah, I totally believe in that, and fixes the desk by just hitting each end of it. Like, after it had been broken down the middle, she just snaps it back into place somehow. And the headmaster just spends the rest of the scene just kind of marveling at that happening. And that was pretty fucking cool.
Like,
Like she's just sort of going on this speech, and he's just, how the fuck did she do that? It's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much that scene.
Must have missed that part, because all I know is he was just very eccentric, and that's it.
Yeah, that was pretty much the highlight of this entire episode for me, was just that moment. So
Yeah, basically, I popped for it. Like, it was pretty great.
So next day, and they're in class, and they're falling asleep because they had to stay up all night for the protecting of the night class and such. And there is an abridged series. Thank you.
I found an abridged one shot, and the only thing the silver guy ever says every time he shows up is, I hate vampires.
Fair enough.
Good. Pretty good. I might have to watch that after this.
It's only like 2 minutes long. It's great.
Well, it's abridged. That's how that works. Or it's how it's supposed to, I guess.
It cuts out everything that's not necessary, which is, guess what? A lot.
So they're sleeping in class, and they get in trouble for it and get detention. And she shows up for it and is like, hey, friend character whose name we don't know or care about, why don't you stay and hang out with me so I'm not bored? And friend character is like, no, fuck you. Also, the other guy already left, so fuck you. And after detention, she goes and finds the dude who fell asleep in the barn. We missed a little bit of an interlude with white-haired dude who was taking pills.
Which they established were blood tablets. Which
They're
is something
super.
that
They established that later, but yes.
Vampire don't murdery pills.
I think they established the pills that they created.
Yeah, they established.
Yeah. And then they actually give them the name blood tablets later, but they said, you made these pills to help with our vampire thing.
So, yeah, he's taking tablets, and she finds him the next day sleeping in the barn, and he's hanging out with a horse. He's a horse. He likes a horse, apparently. Good for him, I suppose.
He likes horses, I guess.
Sure,
Hey.
why not?
Horse women are crazy. I assume horsemen are crazier, so hey, steer clear.
The horse means that he's
Alright.
sensitive.
Sure. So he gives a shit for being kind of shitty, and she gives him shit for being kind of shitty. And that's pretty much that scene. And the horse hides the pills from her because apparently the dude just sort of left them on the floor of the barn in the hay for some reason.
That horse right there is a wingman.
I mean, there's not very many wingmen out there better than animals.
Yeah.
That's true.
True.
That
Especially
horse
animals girls like horses.
That horse will hide your
Cats.
drug addiction.
Well, some girls don't like cats.
So, next night, they're doing the guarding thing, and Yuki spots some students that are out past curfew, the day students. They're out past curfew, and she goes down to deal with them, and they're like, oh, we just want to get pictures of the handsome dudes. Yeah.
Then one starts to stand up, and it's like, oh, you're bleeding. No, get out of here. Really, stop, please.
You need to
get out of
go.
here.
and 2 vampires show up, and it's the idle one and another one that no one cares about.
Kane.
Sure. I mean,
just
kudos
saw
for
the
remembering the name, but sure.
It's one of the only if it's a non-Japanese name, I have a very good chance of remembering it.
I think the blonde one. I think the idiot idol one's name is Akatsuki. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I think it.
In fairness, Kane is actually a pretty good vampire name because that's a vampire name from Legacy of Kain. On the other hand, they call him Kine, so.
I'm calling him Kane because it sounds better.
Yeah, it does. That's why it sucks. And they're like, "Oh, we were attracted to the scent of blood. It smells so good." And the girls are like, "Oh, they think we smell good. Yay!" And like,
no, not you.
Not you. Her. And she's like, "Oh no, I sort of lightly grazed my hand on the tree when I jumped down from the side of a building." Because that also happened. And idle dude bites her in the hand where she was not quite bleeding, but sort of, blood rushing to the area where she grazed it.
Well, she pulls out a staff that she swings kind of uselessly.
Yeah. And, he grabs it and grabs a hand, tries to bite it. He's like, "You're cool with it, right?" And she's like, No, I'm not. He starts biting, and Zero shows up. And he's like, "Hey, everybody, I'm hosting a podcast."
I hate vampires.
Yeah.
He has a gun, and it shoots crosses, which... Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm kind of okay with that. That makes sense. Fighting vampires, you use a gun that shoots crosses. That makes... Yeah. They're like, don't hurt me, Zero-sama. You are never hearing that from me again, Zero.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I heard it once.
And Boss Vampire shows up, and he's like, "You guys are fucking idiots. Come on, we're leaving. And we'll wipe these girls' memories of what they saw, and I'll punish these idiots, and then we can talk to the headmaster about what happened and see what he has to say and what he wants to do about it." Cool? Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I hate vampires. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we go to, I think, the vampire's dorm room. And what's his name is like, "I'm a dumbass, but she was tasty, so I had no regrets."
Totally worth it. I only got suspended for a few weeks.
I think it was 10 days, if memory serves,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you're wrong.
And then Big Vampire Dude's like, "Yeah, no, don't go sweet talking my girl," and he slaps him.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch slap with a finger out so it scratches his cheek, and then as he leaves, he sort of just licks the finger because it scratched blood and such.
Because vampires
He's a
are
vampire,
weird.
get it? Vampires. They love blood. Can never forget that fact ever.
They especially love their own blood.
I really wish I didn't think about lore and such for shows like this where it really fucking doesn't matter, but he's a pure blood, so maybe that's he likes the blood of lesser vampires and such still. I don't fucking know.
I believe that.
Then
Anyway.
we go to the girls' dorm. Well, not the girls' dorm, but the headmaster's dorm where main girl lives, and she's blow drying her hair after having a shower, I presume. And Zero walks in because he's a pervert like that because he's Zero.
You are, Zero.
I mean, I'm not denying it.
I mean, you did set up the porn bot. That was entirely your decision.
Okay, come on. I didn't know it did porn when I added it to the server. And you're the one who's been using it the most.
I had a bad day and I needed to feel better by seeing a random pair of boobs. Is that so wrong? We have to record the podcast after this. There is a lot to talk about on the podcast. That would have been last week's podcast, by the way, so if you want to go back and watch that one. So they're in the dorm, and she's like, "You're an asshole. You shouldn't be here." And she's like, "Vampires are pretty cool. I know they kind of fucked you over by trying to kill you and killing your family or something, but one saved me, so balance is out."
We missed a whole internal monologue where it's just like, oh, and vampires killed his family, and there's this darkness deep in his heart. Will I ever be able to heal him?
Yeah,
No,
that was the thing that was said.
Stake him.
Yeah. So he is in the shower, and he needs to take pills because he's a vampire. Ooh.
He saw her neck and he was like, man, I totally want some of that.
Yeah, she's like, maybe I'm just really tasty and that's why. But, it's fine. I don't worry about it too much.
He's like, man, girl, you handed out free samples.
Have you been watching the abridged episodes just throughout this whole thing?
No, that's what I would do if I was making an abridged series.
So, yeah, he's a vampire and he gets cravings and such. Intrigue.
Zero, that was actually really good. I like that.
Yeah, so that's the Vampire Night. That was the first episode. It's better than I thought it would be, but, it's still Twilight anime.
I was gonna say, how low are your standards? How low are your expectations? Because that was bad.
There was a really good moment in there of comedy. It was good, which is more than I was expecting. So it's something, right?
Definitely not a show for me, but I feel like it also tries to wax philosophical without understanding where it's going.
30 seconds is not enough to make up for a show. The show is boring, mediocre.
Kind of. I mean, the main girl has, like, a little bit of personality to her, which is more than you can say for most shows of this ilk.
I suppose that's fair.
Oh, dude, the main girl, I hate her voice actress. I hate it so much.
I assume for the dub. For the sub, she's okay.
Yeah, for the dub, it's terrible. There's no emotion or fake emotion, and it's like,
For the sub, she's actually pretty vibrant, which is why I kind of like her character a little bit. Not enough to watch the show, obviously, but fucking...
This one is fake vibrant. You know what I mean? So yeah, whatever romantic aspect they're supposed to be here, it doesn't pop up in this episode if I don't feel it at all. Comes off drier than saltine cracker as far as I'm concerned. Like, the show is for chicks, but even for them, I don't really see what the appeal would be after the first episode because wasn't really anything in it.
Yeah.
Except pretty boy vampires.
So I guess we'll roll, and then I'll get into spoilers for how the show actually ends.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
In case people, for some reason, actually care.
Yeah, you can do that. I really don't care about the show. It's complete give a garbage, thought you're garbage.
Man, this is making me remember... this series, Rosario plus Vampire.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It was popular.
This is nothing like that. At least there was fan service in that.
Yeah, the manga turned it into a battle series.
Yeah, it shouldn't have done that.
All
right, I'm rolling now. Rolling like Fred Durst in here.
I was thinking Rawhide myself, but sure.
I'm from the early thousands. Lots of wrestling had lots of Limp Bizkit in it back in those days.
Now I know y'all been loving this shit right here.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. All right, 6.
F. Oh god, Fairy Tale's in here.
Oh boy.
And every Fate series in existence.
Oh boy.
Listen, if it's Fairy Tale, all you have to do is watch the first episode.
The first episode was actually pretty decent.
I really don't want to, though. I have, and it just sucks.
Well, we won't get it. We won't get fucking fighting Foodons in here.
It takes a long time for Fairy Tale to get shit in absolute fairness.
I just really hope we don't get Fate Khalid, Liner, Prisma, Ilya.
Do we have to watch Full Metal Alchemist if we get it? Because we've seen that shit.
Okay, the only Fate series in here is Fate Stay Night. That is the only one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because Fate Zero and Fate, a lot of the Fate spin-offs are completely separate.
They are.
They
can be
are,
classed
but
as their
they're
own thing.
still basically the same thing. 41.
41. All right, let's get it. Random number generator, don't screw me over this week. 39. I don't like that. Let's see what it is.
What?
No, it's Future Card Buddy Fight, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
What? No. No.
I am completely lost. What? What is this?
Okay, all right. You know how we watched Legends a few weeks ago, and we watched fucking what's the other one?
Oh god.
Yokai Watch.
Yokai Watch. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, we every time those came up, we fucking made fun of those by bringing up this show.
This is like the holy ghost of the unholy trilogy.
Trinity, but sure.
Trinity, yeah.
This is like the holy grail of bullshit, bullshit shows made to like pimp something.
Yeah. The show's trying to ape Yu-Gi-Oh! And not doing a good job.
It just wants to sell you a shitty game.
To quote the Wikipedia page for the very, very well organized section of the characters, Gao Mikado, he is the main protagonist of the anime. That's it. That's all that's written for him.
Wow.
Well, if you'll allow me to read this synopsis in here
It's
for
a
the
dub.
Future Card. I'm watching the shit out of this dub. I want to make fun of this. All right.
Yeah.
So I will read the plot summary from the dub. Future Card Buddy Fight. An adaptation of the Future Card Buddy Fight card game. Future Card Buddy Fight takes place in a more futuristic version of today. The card game connects to a parallel universe through special cards, buddy rare cards, that act as portals. They bring monsters to Earth in order for them to become buddies with humans. Through friendship and courage, they take on and fight challenges, known as buddy fights, where people of all ages have friendly, non-hurtful competitions. That's the best. Of course. The main character, Gao Mikado, has just started buddy fighting. As the story progresses, buddy fights are seeming to become a little too real. So basically, what you can read from this is a mixture of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!
God, even his hair is kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh's.
It's 64 episodes long.
Watch all 64.
The original is 64 episodes long. I saw some spin-offs there.
It's 64 episodes long.
There's
This is
Future
the
Card
most
Buddy Fight
anime
100.
thing I have ever seen.
There's
Yeah, it
Future
is.
Card Buddy Fight Bato.
Battle! Instead of
Future Card Buddy Fight Triple D. That's the fan service series.
awesome.
They
I might
don't
watch
really
that
understand how cup sizes work.
I might watch that one.
That was bullshit, right? That's not actually true, but still.
Damn it!
Let's see if
I
there's
was down
any,
with that.
let's see if there's any voice actors on here that I would know. For the
I-
English dub.
Doubt it.
Don't you
The
want it to
answer
be a
is-
surprise?
The answer is no. What I'm seeing. Wonderful.
So, anyone want to veto? I will
Fuck
not do
no.
a group veto.
Fuck
I will
no.
not veto. I don't have my veto. So I need to watch this. I need to know.
I need to watch this and tear it apart. I'm mad that I wasn't on the episode of Legends because I would have gone balls deep in that show. Like,
Did you actually watch it?
I guess I watched it.
Yeah, he sent in notes, remember?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was special.
It was,
I mean-
it was a thing.
At least this one will probably look modern and not from the 70s.
I mean,
True, that actually earns a lot of points in my book.
of course, they still need
So-
to make a character design that doesn't look like Yu-Gi-Oh! Wearing Jotaro's hat.
It's a fucking stupid hat. It's a stupid hat in JoJo too. But
It is a stupid hat. It
stupid
only
fucking
gets
chain from
stupider.
his collar. What the fuck are you wearing, dude?
Every time that character appears, he gets a stupider hat. It's great.
That's a good gimmick for a character to have.
All right, so that's what we're doing next week. is Future Card Buddy Fight. So, everyone ready for spoilers for Vampire Knight?
Go for it. I'm
Whatever.
really curious.
Who gives a shit? Just do it.
So this was from the comments from the first episode, so I'm not entirely sure of its veracity, but I don't see why they would spend this much effort to lie. So apparently what happens in I think there was a second season of the anime, might not, but there was a manga that goes a lot further than the anime does. What's her name and what's his name vampire dude get together, but it turns out she was actually a pure-blood vampire as well, and they were brother and sister.
Oh.
Surprise incest!
Yeah, so they get together
That's kind of incest.
and have kids, and then he gets killed, and then she starts getting it with Zero. So, good for you, Zero, I guess.
I don't want the layup from the incest girl.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so that's where that show goes. So, I guess it really does go Twilight.
Yeah.
Told you. I told you. Alright?
I mean, it doesn't go grooming from baby, but it does go grooming from 5-year-old with your sister. So, I guess...
mean, even if it... I mean, the only reason it didn't is because it would have been directly biting off Twilight. Don't act like Japan has standards.
Yeah, that's true. Alright. God damn it, why do these vampire shows have to be so fucking creepy? Like, not even the good creepy. Just like, ooh.
There's only one good vampire... Like, we saw that good vampire. What the fuck was it called? It was a few weeks ago.
Oh. God, what was it called? It was an S. Shiki? Was it Shiki?
Yes, that was good. This is not.
I wouldn't call it... It was kind of slow, but yeah.
That show...
I mean,
That show gets good.
It had value.
Yeah, that was a monster show for vampires, not a romance show for vampires. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. So thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with the proud member of the Let Me Sell You Some Shit oeuvre.
Club.
That is Future Card Buddy Fight. I really struggle through trying to take the piss out of that show, and it shouldn't be that hard for
really
Future
shouldn't.
Card Buddy Fight.
We should keep a list of shows that fall in this criteria. Because we're going to come across a lot of them. We already have.
Eventually, we're
Sad
going to have enough to do a top 10. Top 10 shitty shows that try and sell you stuff.
Ooh, we can start doing lists? That's awesome.
No.
Okay, we're throwing Jewel Pet in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jewel
we
Pet.
That means we have to watch them again because we'll have
No, we
to talk
don't.
about them.
No.
No, we
I
don't.
can
We'll
just
remember
listen.
well enough. No one actually is going to check which ones of these are... No, I think Legends deserve to be number 9, not number 10. Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
fair
we're
point.
safe.
All right.
Yeah, so thanks for listening. We'll be back with Future Card Buddy Fight. That's the thing I'm going to do next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.